I love paying taxes, said no one ever. Are you wondering what the cost of living is in Henderson, Nevada? I'm Alex Rivlin with the Rivlin Group at eXp Realty, and I'm going to talk to you all about the cost of living in Henderson, Nevada and the Las Vegas area. And if you like hearing about all things Henderson, click above or below and subscribe to this channel because we're going to keep bringing you the best information possible. So since we're in real estate, the first thing I'm going to talk about with the cost of living in Henderson, Nevada is that, real estate. But the median single family residence here in Henderson is about $385,000. So you can get something a bit lower. And I saw that in the last 30 days, the most expensive house that sold was $11,250,000. So you can imagine what that one looks like. I want to go see it, by the way. So another thing when we're talking about homes is utilities. What are the utilities like? Well, the utilities here are typically cheaper than that of most of your California cities because we don't have all of the taxes on top of some of those utilities. So our utilities are fairly affordable. We do use a fair amount of water if you have grass in your yard. However, most homes started converting a long time ago. And as a matter of fact, the Southern Nevada Water Authority will still pay you $3 a foot to remove grass. As for electricity, well, we've got electricity here from the Hoover Dam to our solar farms to our wind farms. So electricity is pretty plentiful and therefore the cost is a little bit lower. And also keep in mind, a lot of homes here have solar, whether it's leased solar through a company like Solar City or Tesla or Sunrun or purchase solar. So we are right up there with the #1 solar producer in the country. Now let's talk about taxes. What everybody's waiting for, right? We love talking about taxes. We love paying taxes. We just love taxes in general in this country, right? Well, we need them. We don't necessarily love them. So Nevada has no state income tax. So if you're out there in California or New York or Connecticut, you're probably paying anywhere from 8 to maybe 15% state income tax. And then your write-offs aren't like your federal write-offs. So you may be paying it on a gross amount, not even what you actually net. So with the same amount of pay, you could be taking home a lot more money. Think about what that could do for your family, your children, your retirement, your entertainment, just all the things that you could be doing in life here in the Henderson area that you aren't able to do in other places because the cost of living is so much more when it comes to taxes. Another thing when it comes to taxes is property taxes. Here in Nevada, they're pretty phenomenal. The Henderson area on average is going to be somewhere between 0.6 to 1% of your home's value on an annual basis. So your property taxes, by and large, are much lower than what you're probably used to. DMV fees. What does it cost to register your car? Well, there's got to be somewhere that the state's getting a little more money, and this is one of those areas. It's based on the value of your car. So the nicer car that you have, the more you're going to be paying. So if you're driving one of those fancy new Mercedes-Benz, you might be paying $1,200 a year, and it'll go down every year as the car depreciates. So now let's move on to insurance cost. So as for auto insurance cost, being a 24/7 town, we do have some higher auto insurance rates than a lot of other places in the country. However, when it comes to California or New York, you're going to find them to be about the same or maybe even a little bit lower than some of your big cities there. When it comes to homeowners insurance, our costs are quite low. The reason being is we are not in an area of major weather patterns. We don't have earthquakes and tornadoes and hurricanes. And as a matter of fact, having previously worked in insurance, I can tell you that there are separate policies for things like earthquake and hurricane that could really increase your premium. And I know those premiums in places like Oklahoma and the Panhandle of Texas can be dramatically more expensive as a result of the tornadoes that rip through those areas. Now let's come to the fun stuff. Entertainment, food, all of the stuff that you're gonna go out and do. Well, it depends on what you're looking for. Some of our food costs could be a little bit lower than some of the other major cities, and some could be a bit higher. As you may or may not know, Las Vegas is now a mecca for celebrity chefs and fine dining restaurants. It's no longer the years of $7.99 steak and lobster. As for entertainment, we are also known as what? Yes, you guessed it, the entertainment capital of the world. That's not just going down to the strip and gambling and seeing a couple spectacles. That's all the entertainment that's brought in. We have some of the best arenas, from the T-Mobile Arena and the new Allegiant Stadium to the MGM Grand Garden, as well as some smaller venues like the theater at Planet Hollywood. So that wraps about all the different places that you're going to be spending your money in and around the Henderson area. It's a great lifestyle. Our cost of living is generally low. It just depends on exactly how much cash control you have. So once again, if you like what I'm talking about here and want to hear more about Henderson, Nevada, click above or below to subscribe, and we'd love to see you back. This is Alex Rivlin with the Rivlin Group at eXp Realty. We know Henderson.